What if I told you that one of the funniest episodes of The Middle is not really about fixing a sink, it's about fixing Axel? At first, this looks like a simple home repair, but by the end, Grandpa teaches a lesson that even Mike could not, and trust me, the final twist is both hilarious and surprisingly heartwarming. So stick around until the end. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are breaking down one of my favorite family moments from The Middle. This episode mixes classic hack family comedy with an unexpected lesson about responsibility, patience, and growing up. On the surface, it's just a kitchen repair, but underneath, there's a lot more going on. Nobody believes in Axel. The episode begins with the family facing another familiar problem. Money is tight. Instead of buying an expensive kitchen upgrade, they decide to install a free sink themselves. That's already a very heck family situation. Grandpa immediately notices something everyone else ignores. Axel is sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing. What's funny is not just Axel's laziness, it's the fact that his own parents have completely accepted it. They have reached the point where even seeing him move from his bed to the couch feels like progress. That tells us everything about Axel's reputation. Nobody expects him to finish anything, but Grandpa does not see Axel as a lost cause. Instead of criticizing him, he gives him an opportunity. Grandpa's real plan is, at first, it seems like Grandpa simply needs extra help, but as the episode continues, it becomes obvious that fixing the sink is not actually his main goal. His real project is Axel. Whenever Axel tries to quit or convince Grandpa to do work alone, Grandpa calmly refuses. He does not yell. He does not lecture. He simply gives Axel another chance. That patience is what makes this relationship so interesting. Grandpa understands that people don't become responsible overnight. They learn by struggling through uncomfortable situations. But the biggest lesson does not come from installing this sink. It comes from one teeny screw that almost nobody would care about. The screw that means everything. That Grandpa asks Axel to find one specific screw among hundreds. To Axel, this sounds ridiculous. Why spend so much time looking for something that costs only a few cents? But Grandpa is not teaching him about hardware. He's teaching him attention to detail. In today's world, people often look for shortcuts. Grandpa believes doing something correctly matters even if nobody else notices. That small screw becomes the entire point of the lesson. Good enough is not always good enough. Eventually, the sink is installed. Axel thinks everything looks fine. From his perspective, the job is finished, but Grandpa immediately notices the water is not flowing correctly. Most people would have ignored that. Grandpa does not. Instead of getting angry, he asks one simple question: is this really your best work? That question completely changes the conversation. It is not about the sink anymore. It's about pride. Are you satisfied because the job is done or because the job was done well? The hidden lesson. Later, Axel asks something that many young people probably wonder. Why do I need to know how to install a sink if I am studying business? Grandpa's answer sounds confusing at first. You need to know so you will know. It's actually one of the smartest lines in the episode. Learning is not always about using every skill in the future. Sometimes it's about becoming someone who can solve problems. The confidence you build from learning one thing helps you tackle the next challenge. And the best lesson, Axel did not accept that, but here's the part that makes this episode so much deeper than just fixing a kitchen sink. At first, Axel believed the fastest way to finish the job was to do bare minimum. He did not care if the sink looked perfect as long as it worked. He has satisfied. That's exactly how a lot of young people think. Good enough is good enough. But Grandpa was not trying to build a sink, he was trying to build Axel's character. When Grandpa asked, is this your best work? He was not criticizing the sink, he was challenging Axel's attitude. Because if you get comfortably cutting corners on small jobs today, you will probably cut corners on the important things tomorrow. That's why Grandpa made him search through thousands of screws instead of buying a new one for just a few cents. So that's why for the first time he does not just finish a job, he takes pride in it, and that's exactly why this episode feels so satisfying, because the real repair was not the kitchen sink, it was Axel's mindset. By the end, the family gets their upgraded sink. Axel gains a little more confidence, and Grandpa proves that the best teachers don't just tell you what to do, they help you discover what you are capable of. This episode perfectly captures why The Middle has remained such a beloved sitcom. It's funny, relatable, and packed with genuine family moments. I had given episode solid 9 out of 10 because it balances comedy with a meaningful lesson without ever feeling preachy. What do you think? Was grandpa's teaching method the right one, or would you have just bought the 3-cent screw instead? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next review. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.